ठीक है. For the first part, define the terms. Proton number, nucleon number. What is going to be?
The number of protons in an atom.
And
Single.
what about the second one?
Total number of protons and neutrons in one atom.
Number of protons here and number of protons and neutrons. Why is hydrogen one atom the only atom to have an identical proton number and nucleon number?
So there are zero
So
neutrons.
no neutrons. Yes.
It has no neutrons. Magnesium का फटाफट
Nine,
फिल करके
9, 10, 14,
9
12,
protons in fluorine
10
and
neutrons,
10. ठीक है.
14, 12,
अच्छा तो how did you do that? You did it 26 minus
26
12, right?
minus 12. Yeah.
And how many electrons?
12.
Obviously 12. What about
Hmm.
phosphorus? 31.
15 protons and 18 electrons and
So
60 neutrons.
31 minus 15 करेंगे तो neutron आ जाएगा,
16.
which is going to be 16, and
And
electrons
18
are going to be
electrons.
18 because it's a negative ion.
Strontium का I don't know proton number कितना था.
Strontium का periodic table देख लेते हैं ना.
अच्छा 38 है.
Strontium is over here. 38 proton number है right over here.
Hmm.
ठीक है. Is it going to be 38 protons? 87 minus 38 हो जाएगा.
59,
Neutrons?
49.
49. And how many electrons?
36.
13 the दो कम electrons.
Perfect. 2 less electrons. Write the formula of the compound formed from fluorine and magnesium.
MgFl, magnesium fluoride.
MgFl2. F2.
FLQ. MgF2. Or what of magnesium fluoride?
Fluoride.
And what about the second one?
P2SR3 या SR3P2.
SR3P2.
SR3 thrice P2. नेम क्या होगा इसका?
Strontium phosphate.
Strontium phosphide. Phosphate तो PO4 को बोलते हैं. Let's try this one.
ये O लेवल का
Answer.
पेपर है कि
O level क्या भाई?
सर इतना
ये
आसान क्यों है फिर?
शायद first atomic structure हमेशा आसान होता है. I never expected atomic structure question to be difficult. Next वाला करो. What is the main
SO2,
cause of acid rain?
sulfur dioxide.
Which would give a solution of pH 4 when added to water?
CO2.
गलत.
Oh नहीं
pH 4
sorry.
is
क्या कह रहा हूँ
pH
मैं?
4 is basic oxide. Which one is basic oxide?
Basic कौन से होते थे?
Metallic oxides, especially highly soluble metallic oxides.
Sodium oxide.
Yes, true. Because sodium oxide, when it dissolves in water, what does it make? When it dissolves in water, what do you get?
Sodium hydroxide.
You get sodium hydroxide, which is this equation. So that is why it has a pH of 12. Which is colored?
वो ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट होना चाहिए. Cr2O7 chromium transition है ना?
Yes. So chromium oxide is transition. It's colored. What is the major impurity in iron ore?
CO, carbon monoxide.
Galat.
Silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide.
What's the name of the iron ore?
Sir hematite.
Okay. हाँ hematite.
Hematite. And the impurity is silicon dioxide. Which one is amphoteric?
Al2.
वाले कौन से थे?
दो हमारे पास होता है, aluminium oxide, zinc oxide. So aluminium oxide is amphoteric. Can you define amphoteric oxide?
Sir, they react with acid and base both.
They react with acids and bases both. Which is neutral? Which oxide is neutral?
CO2.
CO2 is acidic.
The CO.
Carbon monoxide is neutral.
This
And H2O is neutral. These two oxides are neutral. बाकी सारे either acidic या basic होते हैं. Okay, by the way, carbon monoxide के बारे में और क्या पता है? Carbon monoxide is also what kind of agent?
poisonous gas. वो reducing agent.
Is also toxic plus reducing agent. What is meant by neutral oxide? ये छोड़ दो. यहाँ आ जाओ. I think ये भी कर लोगे. ठीक है. इसकी थोड़ी वर्किंग देख लेते हैं. ये वाला करो part B. Magnesium sulfate crystals are hydrated. By the way, can you tell me what does the word hydrated mean?
Meaning they are reacting with water.
गलत. They have water of crystallization. They have
Sir, chemically bonded with water नहीं ठीक होगा.
chemically bonded with water. तो आप बता देते हो कि they have a coordinate bond with water. या फिर इसी terms में बता दो कि they have water of crystallization bonded to the substance. So इतना hint मिलना चाहिए कि you know what's water of crystallization. So when the particles have bonds with water of crystallization, that's it. Another student heated some hydrated crystals in a crucible and obtained the following results. Calculate the number of moles of water removed. पहले मास कितना था फिर कितना रिमूव हो गया ये गैस करो.
Sir, remove हुआ 2.52 है.
And moles of water कैसे निकालूं?
Mass over MR.
2.52 divided by 18. Find it out.
0.14.
0.140 mole. Calculate the number of moles of anhydrous magnesium sulfate remaining in the crucible.
4.92 minus 2.52.
क्यों?
Anhydrous magnesium sulfate के निकालने हैं ना.
So mass is equals to 4.92 was original minus 2.52 minus कर लिया कितना आया?
2.4.
2.40, right?
Yeah.
अब मोल कैसे निकालेंगे? मोल
Divide by 120. 0.02 हो जाएगा.
0.020. By the way, do we know what's anhydrous meaning?
Sir, no
Meaning
water of
does not have
crystallization.
water of crystallization.
Does not have any water of crystallization. Calculate the ratio of moles of anhydrous magnesium sulfate to the moles of water.
So 7:1.
Perfect.
Yeah, 1:7.
1:7. So 1 mole of magnesium sulfate and 7 moles of water. Such as the formula of hydrated magnesium sulfate.
Sir, ये ऊपर क्या किया ये आपने?
Ratio ले लिया ना moles का, इन्होंने कहा था. Moles of anhydrous magnesium sulfate with moles of water.
MgSO4.
आगे MgSO4 के आगे
2. नहीं,
0.7H2O.
हाँ.
ठीक है?
Yes. सही कह रहे.
Lead sulfate is insoluble. Describe how you would prepare a pure dry sample of lead sulfate, starting from solutions of lead nitrate and sodium sulfate.
So precipitation.
Okay, we will use ionic precipitation. Ionic precipitation. Go on, start the process.
Sir, take 2 test tubes और aqueous sodium sulfate को react करे with another aqueous solution of
Take 2 test tubes. Take aqueous lead nitrate in
Sir, हम इन
1.
दोनों को react नहीं करेंगे साथ?
यही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
and sodium
इन्होंने बता दिया ना, lead
sulfate
nitrate and sodium sulfate. So take aqueous lead nitrate in 1.
and sodium
And-
sulfate in the
Yes, in aqueous sodium sulfate in another.
then white
क्या
PPT
करेंगे?
is formed. In bottom
mix them ना.
and aqueous lead sulfate is formed on top. Filtration
allow
करो.
allow precipitates to settle, filter the mixture, फिल्टर द मिक्सचर के बाद रेजिड्यू कलेक्ट करेंगे या फिल्ट्रेट, किससे काम है, काम मेरा क्या कंसर्न है.
और वो रेजिड्यू के साथ
सही है. वॉश द रेजिड्यू,
with filter paper with distilled water, sorry,
वॉश द रेजिड्यू विद डिस्टिल्ड वाटर. अमेजिंग.
and dry with
सर
folds of
ओवन में
filter
भी
paper.
रखेंगे?
फिर आप ड्राई करने के लिए क्या यूज करते हो, दैट्स अ
Filter
डिफरेंट थिंग
paper.
ना.
अच्छा,
मैं तो हमेशा कहता हूँ ड्राई यूजिंग क्लियर
folds of
फिल्टर
filter.
पेपर या क्लीन फिल्टर पेपर.
हम्म.
अब मुझे बताओ इक्वेशन क्या होगी.
आयोनिक या वो
सर
नॉर्मल इक्वेशन.
नॉर्मल इक्वेशन बताओ.
PbNO3 plus Na2SO4.
गलत. गलत. PbNO3 की इक्वेशन सेट करो.
सर PbNO3 और 2 आएगा मुझे लगता है होल.
PbNO3 2, हाँ,
हाँ.
ब्रैकेट्स में, प्लस
प्लस
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4.
बनाना क्या था, लेड सल्फेट ना, PbSO4
Pb will make with SO4 and
प्लस NaNO3.
सर 2
Na
लगा दें.
इसको आयोनिक करो.
सर वो चार्जेस लगा दे Pb और NO3 वाले पे, प्लस
तो
2 का उस पे आएगा,
Pb gets +2.
NO3 gets minus.
NO से तो यहाँ भी लेफ्ट पे भी राइट पे भी. I think it's gonna be cancelled
Yeah.
because the only thing matters in ionic precipitation equation is when you're
सर
making
हम
precipitate.
सारी बना के जो कैंसिल हो रहे हैं वो काट दे तो ये ठीक होगा ना?
कर लो. अच्छा वो कर लेते हैं. लेट्स डू इट. ठीक है,
हाँ,
लेट्स डू
मैं भी
इट.
वैसे ही बोल रहा था.
ठीक है चलो. आई गेट इट. एक मिनट. So it's gonna be Pb 2 plus and
NO3 minus.
double nitrate minus. Next,
सर 2Na प्लस.
double sodium plus and single sulfate minus.
Yeah.
Next,
PbSO4 stays the same, and
PbSO4 stays the same plus
two sodium atoms
2 times sodium
and two
and
nitrates.
double nitrate.
हम्म.
What do we
नाइट्रेट
cancel?
कैंसिल हो
सर ये
गया, सोडियम
Pb
कैंसिल
सेम
हो
क्यों रहा है
गया.
सर?
क्या कह रहे हो, क्या कह रहे हो, come again.
सर Pb सेम क्यों है?
PbSO4 is an insoluble salt. Insoluble salts can never be split into their ions.
ओ अच्छा सर.
ठीक है. So once they are together, once they are insoluble, they are not as independent ions. इसीलिए we can't open the insoluble salts. They remain as paired up. So nitrate were aqueous in both cases. Nitrate never made the precipitates. Sodium ions never made the precipitates. So what's the final equation?
Pb2 plus
Pb ions
SO42 minus gives you PbSO4
plus SO42
insoluble.
minus. What is the state symbol for Pb ions?
Aqueous and solid, because you took two ionic aqueous equations
Yes.
for test tubes.
Write the ionic equation. I think we have written the ionic equation. I don't think we have to copy it again.
Yes.
This one. When barium carbonate is added to dilute hydrochloric acid, carbon dioxide gas is produced. A student carried out an experiment to measure the volume of gas formed as a reaction proceeds. The student added a small mass of powdered barium carbonate to an excess of acid. The graph of the results was drawn. Name two pieces of apparatus needed to take the measurements shown on the graph.
Volumetric flask and stopwatch.
गलत. Volumetric flask is for aqueous. भाई क्या होंगे?
Sorry, measuring cylinder.
Measuring cylinder. What are you going to measure with the cylinder?
The volume
किसका?
of the
गैस.
gas. नहीं
Gas volume in the cylinder. Are you sure?
नहीं 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 नहीं, गैस सिरिंज इस्तेमाल करेंगे
Gas syringe भाई.
और
And
stopwatch for measuring the time.
good. On the axis below, sketch a graph to show how the rate of the reaction changes as the reaction proceeds.
Reaction
Assume
is
the initial.
fastest at the start और
Okay, फिर.
बाद में ना horizontal line बन जाएगी to indicate
So
that all
if you
the
notice,
सर रिएक्शन स्लो होता जाएगा.
the reaction is the fastest in the beginning because the tangent is the sharpest, right?
yeah
The tangent is the most steepest. Then it becomes a little slower. Then it becomes even more slower. And then it becomes
all products are
almost
used up, reactants are used up.
perfect. So it is fastest in the beginning and then keeps on dropping like this. By the
सर
way, at what
इसकी
time should I?
सर
At
सर
what
रीजन
time?
इसकी क्या होगी?
In the beginning?
सर वो
In the
कंसंट्रेशन की वजह से होगा.
yeah. देखो as the reaction goes on, the acid is used up, na? And when
Yes,
the
sir.
acid is used up, its concentration decreases.
सर एसिड और दूसरा भी तो यूज अप होगा ना?
क्या कह रहे हो?
सर दूसरा जो रिएक्टेंट है.
Both will be used up, but in
Yes,
terms of
yes.
concentration, the acid concentration decreases, ना? तो पहले acid की amount ज्यादा थी, acid की concentration ज्यादा थी. But now as it's used up, less moles are available. Container में आपने जो acid डाला था, अब उसमें से उसके moles खत्म हो गए, वो use up हो गया. So it's not gonna have so many acid molecules to react. Now only few are left. When there are very few molecules left of acid, they can't collide very frequently. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा मुझे बताओ, मैं गलत ग्राफ ड्रॉ करने वाला हूं. You guys will help me out.
भाई अपवर्ड से स्लोप हो रहा है, इसको ना डाउनवर्ड स्लोप होना है, मीनिंग
स्ट्रेट लाइन बनेगी, मैंने स्ट्रेट ही बनाई है. आई एम
सर
मेकिंग अ मिस्टेक.
वो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन उस पे कांस्टेंट होता है जब 120 सेकंड्स पे पहुंचते हैं, आपने वो टाइम
Yes, it
गलत करा
becomes
है.
zero. It becomes zero rate. Rate is equals to zero when it reaches 120. So my graph should also consider this idea that it should become 120 seconds पे zero. ठीक है?
सर ये लाइन हम स्ट्रेट बनाए या फिर मतलब थोड़ी टेढ़ी बनाए, ठीक होगा?
Straight line. Straight line.
Yes, sir.
The total volume of gas collected was 180 cm cube. Calculate the mass of barium carbonate. Are you gonna
गैस
do this?
कलेक्टेड जो है H2O और CO2 को ऐड करके बता रहे
नहीं
हैं
नहीं 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 नहीं.
180
Room
pm पे,
temperature. At room temperature. At room temperature.
तो CO2 ओनली.
हाँ, obviously.
नंबर ऑफ मोल्स इज इक्वल टू वॉल्यूम ओवर 24, फिर उसके बाद वो
24. Are
लगाएंगे.
you sure?
हाँ 24.
That's wrong. I think. I don't think it's 24.
हाँ क्या होता है?
सर डीएम क्यूब में
24,000 mole of carbon dioxide is equals to 180 cm cube divided by 24,000.
सर वो तो उसके लिए होता है ना, CM क्यूब के लिए होता है, मैं DM क्यूब के लिए वो बता रहा हूँ.
हाँ,
अच्छा
but
यूनिटी, यूनिट
dude,
की
we have
वो है.
cm cube.
या
निकालो mole of CO2.
सर 7.5 into 10 power minus 3.
7.50 exponent 10 minus 3. Now, what's the next step gonna be?
BSC मोल
सर
रेशियो
सर
1:1.
एमआर चाहिए होगा.
Mole of carbon dioxide and mole of barium carbonate have the same ratio. So 1
So
is
they
to
are
1.
same. Yeah.
Now, mass of barium carbonate. How do we find it?
मास ओवर MR करके. अब
सर एमआर
निकालो.
अच्छा
Mole times MR.
सर बीए का क्या होता है? बीए
Barium. Let's go to the
137
periodic
है
table
सर.
and you guys will.
37.
137.
टोटल 165 आ रहा है.
So 165 according to you, and the moles were here, which is 7.5 exponent minus 3. What's the answer?
सर 1.2375. जी
1.2375
75
तो 1.238 कर देते हैं. The original graph has been redrawn. On the grid, draw the graph expected if the same mass of barium carbonate is added as large lumps instead of powder.
सर
All
स्लोअर
other
हो
conditions.
जाएगी रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन, यानी ज़्यादा स्टीपर हो
Okay.
जाएगी, डाउनवर्ड स्लोप.
So is it gonna be? I'm gonna draw two options and you're gonna tell me which one is right.
ओके, नहीं गलत है सर. इन्होंने कहा है कि लार्ज लम्प्स इस्तेमाल करें इंस्टेड ऑफ पाउडर. अच्छा हाँ सही, अब सही बना. नहीं अब भी
Which
गलत है
option? Which color is correct?
सर. 120 सेकंड पे नहीं होगा वो रिएक्शन
Why?
कांस्टेंट.
Why should it become 120 seconds per
सर
constant?
रेड वाला तो गलत होगा ना कंफर्म.
Okay,
सर
red
लगा
वाला गलत है.
पर्पल वाला है.
Pick one color.
हाँ रेड ग्रीन ब्लू तो नहीं होंगे, लेकिन पर्पल की मुझे वो रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन की जब कांस्टेंट होता है
If
वो चीज़ नहीं
it's
समझ आई है.
if
सर
it's
ग्रीन
large
में
lumps, if it's large
जी.
lumps, it should be slower, no?
हम्म.
So slower means it's not gonna end at 120. It's gonna be slower. इसका मतलब it's gonna take more
अच्छा
time.
हाँ.
सर लेकिन वॉल्यूम उतना ही
यस.
होगा ना.
Volume same होगा. Yes. So more time as it's slow reaction, but same volume. Why same volume?
सर क्योंकि सर
ये क्योंकि
कॉन्सेंट्रेशन
कंडीशन
वगैरह सेम.
सेम है. हाँ
Because acid
कंसंट्रेशन.
concentration and or you can say acid moles and barium carbonate moles are same. Maybe they're gonna take longer time, but at least they're gonna give me the same amount, right?
यस सर.
This is not ending at 120. Perhaps this might be ending at, I don't know, maybe this value. New time is more. Can you explain your answer?
सर ये जो आपने ऊपर लिखा है ये नीचे लिख दें.
But so slow time, but more time, slow reaction, same volume as the moles were same. Also, you can talk about the idea that bhai, large lump means less surface area, so less collisions. Can you please read part E for elephant yourself and figure out the answer?
Sir, because higher concentration means the particles are more concentrated, which increases the rate of collisions, so faster
Like,
rate of reaction.
when you say high concentration means more concentration, it's
सर
not something that I can give a mark for. High concentration means more particles per unit volume. You need to define what
हाँ.
concentration is.
Yeah.
How's gonna graph look? How's this graph gonna look different?
वो ज़्यादा स्लोप पर होगा, मतलब अपर होगा लेकिन टाइम सेम
सर
होगा.
सर जल्दी रिएक्शन हो
टाइम
जाएगा.
जल्दी होगा, सॉरी. हाँ
Time jaldi hoga. So less time. I'm gonna draw multiple, and you guys can tell me which one is fine.
हाँ यही वाला सही है,
ठीक है सर ये.
तो बस कर दे.
गलत है. Blue गलत है.
क्या मतलब सर.
Which one was the limiting reactant? Let's go back to the question and let's see which one was the limiting reactant.
सर बेरियम कार्बोनेट.
नहीं. Read the sentences, please.
सर वही लिखा है.
HCl.
अच्छा, excess. HCl was excess. Okay, HCl was excess. हाँ ठीक है, then it's fine.
No.
Then the blue graph is fine. Because if acid was the limiting reactant, इसमें तो नहीं है ऐसा. I can agree. But अगर acid limiting होता, तो by increasing the concentration, you increase the moles. High concentration with same volume is equals to more moles. But in this case, it doesn't matter. In this case, more moles of acid don't matter. फर्क नहीं
सर
पड़ा acid बढ़ भी गया तो. Because hello,
सर आपने कहा था
सर
कि
मुझे
एसिड अगर अच्छा
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ by higher concentration you're adding more moles of the acid. Am I right?
नहीं सर, कैसे मोल कैसे ज्यादा?
देखो देखो देखो, previously what was the concentration? 0.1, right?
यस सर.
Moles were equal to, let's suppose, let volume is equals to 25 cm cube. So previously what were the moles? 0.1 times 25 over 1000, right?
यस सर.
Which is equal to 2.5 exponent minus 3.
यस सर.
Now concentration is 0.2, volume is the same because all the other conditions are same. So what is the new moles? 0.2 times 25 over 1000 is going to be 5.0 exponent minus 3, right?
यस सर.
Moles बढ़
अच्छा
गए ना?
सर, तो जो पीछे वाले में क्या हुआ था, जो इससे पिछला
पीछे
क्वेश्चन था उसमें नहीं?
पिछले पिछले वाले में you did not increase the moles, you just made them powder, you just made them lumps rather than powder.
ओहो यस सर. अच्छा अच्छा.
So you were not changing the moles at all, you were just making them more lumpier in bigger pieces.
सर इसमें तो
यहाँ
कंसंट्रेशन भी नहीं इफेक्ट हो रही थी ना, पाउडर या लंप्स में?
उसमें नहीं हो रही थी, इसमें हो, यहाँ पे हो रही है. पार्ट ई फॉर एलिफेंट में देयर इज अ चेंज ऑफ concentration, so moles are changing. But my question is, even though moles are increasing, volume will still be the same. Why? Why am I not making more carbon dioxide?
और क्वेश्चन में
ज्यादा,
लिखा है कि all the other conditions are the same.
तो फिर तो ये होना चाहिए ना आर्ग्यूमेंट कि सर you are adding more moles of acid this time, so it should be faster and even give you more carbon dioxide.
सर क्योंकि HCl एक्सेस में उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
HCl excess में है. HCl is already in excess, which means more or less moles won't matter. Excess
Yeah.
का मतलब it's already more than required. अब एक्स्ट्रा भी डाल दोगे इस केस में, अब और भी डाल दोगे तो फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, जितना पहले बन रहा था उतना ही बनेगा. नाउ द प्रोडक्ट डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन HCl बिकॉज HCl इज एक्सेस पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है.
सर
किस
अगर
पे डिपेंड
बेरियम
करता
की
है?
हम कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ाएं,
हाँ तो बढ़ेगा, यस तो बढ़
सर आप
जाएगा.
उसका ग्राफ बनाते हैं?
बनाते
Limiting
हैं,
reactants
दिखाता
वाला
हूँ.
हाँ हाँ मुझे
आई विल शो
दिख
यू.
रहा है.
सो प्रोडक्ट डिपेंड ऑन व्हाट? अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट. लिमिटिंग रिएक्टेंट. अमाउंट ऑफ प्रोडक्ट डिपेंड्स on mole of. हेलो जल्दी कोई. हेलो.
यस सर,
सर
यस सर,
आवाज
अब आ
कट
गई.
गई थी, क्या बोल रहे थे?
My question is, explain this graph. Explain your
The
answer,
re
explain your choice.
the reaction time is faster and becomes constant at a lower time compared to the original graph because increase in concentration increases number of moles
Per unit volume.
per unit volume.
So reaction faster, high concentration. High concentration means more moles, more moles per unit volume. So आगे continue करो please. So more.
So more number of particles per unit volume. नहीं
हो
high
गया.
so more faster rate of collision, faster rate of reaction.
Faster reaction already बोल दिया है.
So more rate of collision
More rate of
increases.
so more frequent collisions.
Yeah.
So more frequent collisions. But same amount of gas. But same amount of gas
Because it's
as it as HCl was
already in excess.
already in excess. So
सर
HCl,
अगर मतलब अगर एक वो लिमिटिंग रिएक्टेंट का हम कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ाएं तो मतलब उसकी
उससे
रेट ऑफ रिएक्शन भी ज्यादा होगा,
उससे
प्रोडक्ट भी ज्यादा
yes,
होगा.
yes, true, very true. Do this one. The experiment is changed and the mass of powdered barium carbonate is doubled. All other conditions are the same. The acid is still in excess. Reduce the volume of gas formed at
सर
room
वॉल्यूम
temperature.
डबल हो जाएगा.
Yes, because barium carbonate was limiting reactant,
लिमिटिंग.
right? If you double the moles of limiting reactant, if the moles of limiting reactant are double, product is also doubled. So
सर ये
if
P4 है.
nahi, this is P2.
सर अच्छा वो नीचे में लगा 4 लिखा हुआ है.
नहीं, ये IGCSE का पेपर से उठाया तो वहां से. If
Oh.
limiting reactant is doubled, product is also doubled. So what's the new volume going to be? Last time कितना था?
सर 180.
So new volume is going to be, volume new is going to be
360.
180 times 2, which is 360 centimeter cube. What is meant by the term hydrocarbon?
Compound consisting
Compound
of hydrogen
containing
and carbon
hydrogen and
atoms.
carbon atoms only.
Next piece जब तक मैं लिख रहा हूँ.
Same
Same
general
functional
formula,
group.
radiation and the physics.
Same general formula, right?
Yes sir. Sir same
Same
functional
functional
group.
group भी हो सकता है, हाँ. Of physical properties में gradation है.
Same functional groups and gradation in physical properties.
सर अगर सेम फंक्शनल ग्रुप और सिमिलर केमिकल वो एक
So same functional group and similar chemical properties is same thing. Hello guys, can you hear me?
जी सर आवाज आ
Yes sir आ रही है.
Apologies. Draw the structure of the second member of the alkene homologous series.
The second member.
और सेम
K2H4.
Sir ethene.
एक मिनट अहमद, your question.
सर सेम फंक्शनल ग्रुप और सेम केमिकल प्रॉपर्टी सेम पॉइंट होगा, डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स होंगे.
Same point.
So C2H4, sorry, ethene
Ethene is the name.
और
And
बॉन्ड बना लेंगे 2 हाइड्रोजन एटम्स पर
2 carbons. Two carbons with double bond and like hydrogens on top. Nothing new about it. Part D for doctor.
Sir, I have a question about that question.
Go on.
Sir, won't the second member be propene?
Won't
Won't the second member of the alkene series be propene?
Sorry, I didn't say. Name and draw the structure of the second member of the alkene. Achha, I thought second carbon something chal raha hai. Yeah, that should be it. So I should draw it like this.
क्या मतलब सर ये क्या हुआ है?
Because first member methene तो होता ही नहीं है ना कुछ.
अच्छा
There's no such thing as one carbon alkene.
पागल बना दिया क्वेश्चन ने.
And it should be, yeah, this should be the
नहीं सर
perfect
क्या
banana
मतलब
thing.
मुझे नहीं समझ आई.
First member of, what's the first member of alkenes?
सर कार्बन 1.
नहीं होता ना, कार्बन 1 का एल्कीन नहीं होता है ना ब्रो. देयर इज नो कार्बन 1 एल्कीन.
हाँ ओके.
लेकिन कार्बन 1 का वो तो होता है ना एल्केन,
कार्बन 1 का एल्केन होता है, बट दैट्स अबाउट एल्कीन ना.
और अल्कोहल होता है, उसका नहीं होता 1 का.
अल्कोहल डेफिनेटली होता है. नेक्स्ट, अल्कोहल्स के पार्ट डी फॉर डॉक्टर.
सर स्टीम एंड H3PO4 एंड हाई टेम्परेचर.
Phosphoric acid as catalyst, 300 to 400 degrees temperature, 30 to 40 atm
Reaction.
pressure.
Reaction with steam.
Hydration.
That is called hydration. With phosphoric acid
And 300 to 400
degrees.
atm pressure. Sorry,
300 degrees Celsius. Bas. The alcohol butanol can be converted into a carboxylic acid. By the way, can you please rectify the name of butanol? What is the correct name of butanol?
तो ब्यूटेनॉल का करेक्ट नेम.
इस केस में what should be the correct name? You should be able to add a number in the answer.
Butanol.
Thank you.
तो ब्यूटेन हाँ
1, 2, 3, 4 butan-1-ol can be converted into a carboxylic acid. Name the carboxylic
Oxidation.
acid form. Name the
Butan-
carboxylic acid form.
Sorry.
Butanoic acid.
हाँ ब्यूटेनोइक एसिड पता नहीं क्यों सोच रहा हूँ मैं
How should I draw it?
सर एक COOH का फंक्शनल
कार्बन
ग्रुप बन गया
ई
और
डबल ओ
3
बना
कार्बन
लो।
एटम्स बन गए
First, draw this without a question. Don't forget to properly show the OH bond. OH
Yeah.
bond. Now,
Yeah.
what should I do?
सर अब 3
3
कार्बन
कार्बन
नीचे और
एटम्स के लिए बनाए
By the way, what was the chemical that converted butanol into butanoic acid?
ऑक्सीडाइजेशन O2
पोटेशियम वो मैंगनेट
हाँ
7
सॉरी मैंगनेट
पूरा नाम बताओ.
पोटेशियम 7 मैंगनेट एसिडिफाइड पोटेशियम 7
Acidified.
Acidified
मैंगनेट
potassium. So butanoic acid was made like this. The same carbon should have the double bonded oxygen and also OH. It all happened with the presence of
एसिडिफाइड पोटेशियम 7 मैंगनेट
through oxidation, yes, and acidified manganate 7. Don't forget the 7. Don't forget the acidified. Ethanoic acid can be formed from ethanol by fermentation. It can also be formed by the addition of suitable chemical reagent. We already did this. I think name the
रिएजेंट हो
reagent.
गया
We already did
Okay.
this.
तो फर्मेंटेशन
of-
है इसको।
No, sorry. If you look at the question clearly, read it again. It can also be formed. इसका मतलब it's not
Oh.
fermentation. We've already done this. State the type of chemical change. So I will call it
Oxidation.
oxidation. Describe how a student could prepare the ester methyl ethanoate in a school laboratory. The names
methanol
of the two starting.
ethanoic acid
Good. So methyl
मेथनॉल और
means this.
एथनॉलिक एसिड।
Methyl brings the ethanol, brings the alcohol.
Alcohol.
Ethanoate brings the
Acid.
acid. So react methanol with ethanoic acid. And what are the conditions?
high temperatures
With concentrated. What's the catalyst, guys?
sulfuric
Sulfuric acid.
acid sorry
Under reflux. Under reflux means strongly heating.
तो रिफ्लक्स कंडीशन है।
Reflux is the name of condition where you strongly heat it and you fit a condenser on top. So you will take a flask.
सर ताकि अल्कोहल ना निकल जाए बाहर।
So that vaporization doesn't happen. You react methanol and ethanoic acid, and you make sure that there's a condenser fit on top like this, which will not allow anything to escape. The cold water goes inside and warm water comes outside. What kind of heater should I use over here, by the way, to heat
Bunsen
it?
burner
Bunsen burner. Acha, are you sure? I don't think
तो
so.
वाटर बाथ।
इलेक्ट्रिक
हाँ
हीटर
thermostatic water bath
Thermostatic water bath. Okay, that's okay.
सर बंसन बर्नर से क्या होगा?
Don't you think methanol is flammable?
नहीं सर मतलब फर्क क्या पड़ेगा?
Methanol is flammable.
safety hazard हो गया ना
What if
नहीं
it
सर,
catches fire?
सर हीट ही कर रहे हैं ना हम।
What if it catches fire? Methanol vapors catch fire. If they catch fire, don't you think it's going to be a blast?
सर ये भी है।
Acha, equation, right, guys? Equation, help me out.
sir CH3OH plus
Acha, एक second. CH3OH. This is methanol. Next.
plus CH2CH3COOH
Okay, so ethanoic acid is COOH और साथ में क्या लगाऊं? CH3.
yeah CH3
This is the
सर आपने
easiest
उल्टा
way
भी
to write them. इससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. If it helps you, you can write it like this. That's both ways. OOC and then CH3. I wrote it reverse. Next.
CH3, CH3, COOH.
So the CH3 remains the same. From the methanol, the
Bonds
CH3
with
remains the
the
same.
other CH3.
Even the oxygen remains the same. From methanol, the CH3 remains the same. Even the oxygen remains the same. And then from the acid, what do I get?
CH3OH. CH3COOH.
Perfect. This. Do you see? And
Yeah.
what's going away? Water is going away. Guys, am I making sense?
That's it.
सर हमने वाटर रिमूव किया है बाकी सेम है अच्छा अच्छा
Everything is the same.
यस सर ओके
I can also use the general formula to create a simple like equation. No? What's the formula for methanol?
CH3OH.
What's the molecular formula, guys? This is not molecular formula, not molecular.
CH4O.
CH4O
Yes, CH4O. And what's the molecular formula of ethanoic acid?
C2H4O2.
C2H4O2
Yes. Acids का formula very similar to alkenes होता है. Just they have 2 oxygens extra. Now, how many carbons, sir? 1 carbon from methanol and 2 from acid. So it becomes C3. How many hydrogens should I combine?
8666.
Yes, 4 plus 4 is 8. But I will remove 2 hydrogens for water. So 6.
For water molecule, yes.
And
O2.
oxygen should be 3. But I will remove 1 oxygen for water.
Water molecule.
सर ये आसान लग रहा है मुझे तो
This is also okay. Make sense?
यस सर
से लिख सकते हैं ना molecular formula
You can write both of them. रात में मिलते हैं, रात में we'll do one more mock. ठीक है जी?
सही है सर.
And ठीक है. I'm sending this on Google Classroom. ठीक है?
ओके सर अल्लाह हाफिज
देर रात को.
बोलो I'm listening.
सर
आवाज नहीं आ रही है अहमद.
सर मैं कहता सर रात को क्लास कितने बजे
9:15ish.
ओके
9ish आ जाना. 9 स्टार्ट कर लेंगे.
और सर